Do you ever do like when distance to university where you interview people? On
I
the
did so
street?
many videos, bro.
So did you do DJing as well?
Yeah, because I grew up in everybody, bro. Uncles,
Yeah.
aunties, like they are really heavy
The
on this.
whole fam.
La booba. Hey, Jesus Christ. Hey, no,
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Spill the Tea with SD. I hope you guys have been well. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I hope you're excited for a new episode from us. Okay. My week has been very, very busy, guys, up until this very moment. But I had to show up for you guys, and my guests had to show up for you guys. So today with me, I have another creative in the house. You guys know I love creatives. Like I love people that are creative. I think I'm a creative too, right? Like I'm doing this right. Yeah. I think consider. So today we're gonna be hearing from Mr. Jboy. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be here as a fan of
Don't
spilling the tea with ST. Let me give you a flowers first of all. Like you just came out of nowhere,
stop.
and you've been in our face, doing your thing. Anytime I see pink on my timeline, I you get what I mean. So it's more than an honor to be here. Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it, and I appreciate you for coming as well.
100%.
It's been this has been a long time coming. Just so you guys know,
Right.
this is you think I'm doing something like he's in a whole me. I'm just sitting beside a camera. I'm sitting like in front of a camera, right? He's like the machinery. He's watch out Netflix. That's what I'm gonna say. Watch out Netflix.
Yeah, watch out. Yeah.
But yeah, Jboy, do you want to just give us a bit of intro about yourself? What do you do?
Okay, so my name is Jeffrey Awazie, also known as Jboy, founder of Jboy TV.
Yeah.
I'm a video producer, and I say video producer because I record videos like videographer. I edit videos, anything video production. To be honest, like I'm there. I've worked gigs where I was just the editor. I've worked gigs where I was just the videographer. The cameraman. Work gigs where I was just the one with the creative idea. So
Yeah.
I really just enjoy taking ideas from your brain and then putting it to your screen.
Out there, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really what I do.
How did you get into it, first of all?
Yo, I feel like
every creative is just like
you get me.
Have no
you don't
idea.
really get into it. It just happens.
Yeah.
Man. Like I don't think there's any. Like you see, the thing is. Maybe okay, there were a glimpse of you see the hints like I like movies, all those things. But I don't think any of us have ever since I was a youngin I wanted to do this. You get me? Like for me, I'll say the one moment where where it all started from was during like quarantine where we're all inside.
Right.
You get me?
I feel like that was the best time to actually like tap into your creativity.
Bro, like tap into yourself. Figure yourself
out,
like what you want to do.
True.
And I think a lot of people came out like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. That's why after that period you saw a lot of entrepreneurs, you saw a lot of creatives on the stage, right? So it was like I always wanted to play football, like, I was always had. And it's like, it's one of those delusional dreams. You get like you dream as far as possible. Like I believe if you don't, J. Cole said, if you believe in God, if you don't aim too high, then you're aiming too low. You get what I mean? So like low key by in your heart, you'll be like, can I actually play in Premier League or Champions League?
Yeah,
but you still want to keep trying. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's where it all started. I always wanted to play ball. But maybe we'll get into that later. It didn't work out. Then during the quarantine era, I decided, okay, I need to figure something out. Because my dad always told me, even if you become successful with soccer, right, or football, right, you would you can't do it forever. It's not
that's true. Something that's
no matter how good you are, like it's not possible. This is not a thing of how much I believe in you or not. Like this is the truth. You cannot play football forever. So he always advised me to figure something else that I liked. Stuff I was good at, passionate about, and that was acting. Yeah, because
Really?
my mom is an actress, my auntie is a director.
Really?
Like it was in the family, so like it was
Oh.
so I don't know. I just like
You just
looked
like, yeah,
around me.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, let
already
me do that
there.
one. You
That's true,
get me?
that's true,
Because
that's
Pops is
true.
an engineer. I'm not doing that. So that's too much for me. So I look to my left. I'm like, I'm not doing that one. Look to my right.
Right?
Okay, let me do that one. You get me? So
Yeah.
I was like, and I always enjoyed entertaining people. I don't want to say I always enjoyed being the center of attraction, but
Like making people
you
laugh
get what
and
I mean?
stuff.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
look at this. This is funny. How you guys
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Brought out the reaction. So I always knew or had that passion to entertain. But it was ball fest. Then during quarantine, I go full into the story because I
Yeah, yeah,
feel
yeah. Go
okay.
ahead, go ahead, go
So
ahead.
during that period was when I turned I think 18 or 19 because I mean my birthday is in December, so it's late. You get me?
All
And
right.
I
You
was
December babies. You got legit, you guys don't even count. Sorry,
ah
respectfully.
ah
Respectfully, you guys are like, if you have a December birthday,
uh.
it's just there.
So after we've
Like
waited, we've celebrated with
exactly, you
all of
guys
you.
wait
Now we don't
the
matter,
whole day, and then
man.
what is it like close to Christmas?
No, mine's like a few days before Christmas.
Sit.
Like
There you go.
more
I
than a
feel bad
week
for
before
you.
Christmas.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, at
okay.
least you get me.
If you're in October,
See
yeah.
you.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so my birthday is late in December, so that matters a lot in football because I was playing under 18. So it's like the
I don't know what
moment I
that
turn
means.
18, under 18, like you get
Oh,
me. So
right.
the
So
moment
like
like that, I can't play no matter what. You
oh,
get
I
what I
see,
mean?
I see, I see.
So COVID was 2020 was the year like that was my last year. Like I had to December
Either
exactly
okay.
to get it to that pro level or is over. So I was in a team. Thankfully, I passed my trials in I think November 2019 thereabouts. So I
Okay.
was, getting set up into the team. February 20, like just before COVID, they're like, "Oh, we have a game. We'd like for you to come and watch. Just integrate me into the
Yeah,
team step by
yeah.
step, meet my
Slowly.
teammates, all those
Right.
things, right?"
Right.
Then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, COVID happened, and it's like everything
Just
stopped.
stopped.
You get
Yeah.
me?
It's
And
just like your old what just comes to the
bro,
abrupt full stop.
and that was the first thing on my mind, like, my age, time is not
Yeah,
really
you're
on my
trying
you
to
get
get
what I
in that
mean? And I was this
man.
close. So it
Yeah.
was kind of I remember where I was, I remember the whole like just laying in my bed looking up at the ceiling.
Just rethinking your whole life.
Bro.
Like, what am I
Like,
gonna
you
do
know how we
now?
grew up with dreams, you already plan that future
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Especially when it's just like right there. Like
Bro.
it's right there.
Now I got to change everything, it was like
Yeah.
the people that didn't believe in me, and I always like, because like I said, my mindset was I don't care how
Yeah, whatever
you
everybody
get
else
me, I
think.
must make it.
Yeah,
You get me? So there
yeah.
always people that wouldn't believe in me and all that.
Now
So you
it's
feel me?
like,
Bro, I go make up now. Like
yeah.
now, you get what I mean? Like now they think I
Yeah.
didn't make it because I didn't try. Or, you get
Yeah,
me? So I was
yeah.
like, I just had to accept that one. You get me? Accept it first of all, and just move on. I knew that if this one dream could pass that quick, it means I don't have time to sit and just
And just
you get me wait for the
will your
next one.
feelings.
You get what I mean? So
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
act quick. I was thinking, what can I do? What do I like? I like making videos. I never really wanted to be like a director or like a producer or editor or whatever. I just knew I liked videos. Maybe in that moment, like in that time, I wanted to be the face of the whole thing. I wanted to be the center of attraction and all that
Yeah.
because I feel like that was how, like that was my own understanding of
Yeah.
it.
Plus, like
That
you had kind of like acting too, I guess. So
you get
that's
what I
kind of like
mean?
you're already
Like I
in the
always thought the
headset.
person in front of the camera was the one, like not always like that. It's not always like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You
I
get
get
what I
what you mean.
mean?
I get what you mean. I
Exactly.
get what you mean.
So I started making like just little vlogs. Maybe I'll go to my friend's house. They'll record the
Okay, wait.
vlog.
Sorry. Quick question. Maybe I'm just imagining this because
Yeah.
I don't see anywhere in my research of you. Did you ever do like when listening to university where you interview people on
I
the
did so
streets?
many videos, bro. Like
Because I
so
feel like
many.
you,
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
did.
you
That
did.
you
I've
most
seen something
likely
like
have.
that.
Cause
Yeah.
like what I do right now versus what I started, like the change is
Yeah. You
just
how
you
you've.
get what I
I saw
mean?
that you also did you do DJing as well.
Yeah, but like the DJ, that's crazy though, cause that one wasn't even like on some I'm DJ whatever. Like that was
Yeah.
just like a hobby I liked, and people just you're good at it, so
Oh,
I uploaded it on SoundCloud, shared it with people, whatever. That's
crazy.
crazy though.
I do my research.
That's crazy. You did your research for
Yeah.
real. That's dope.
Like 'cause you seem to have a lot of like you've done like because there's a lot of things that you've also done like which you've grown into other things is what I'm doing right now. So like like you do those the little game shows and stuff. I seem like I was like this is exactly what I was trying to. This is exactly like I'm like we'll talk in the corner. Guys, don't worry about it. But
It's
yeah,
so
sorry,
fun though.
continue your story.
Yeah, so I'll always like record like whatever I could, because I'm sure you understand how difficult it is to want to create, but then it's like, what do you create? You know? So I always try.
Creative block. I think is it actual
I
word?
wouldn't call it
I
a
don't
block
know.
because it's like you like I don't think it's a block.
No,
You get me? Because you do have those ideas, you do.
yeah,
It's
but to
like
put it into, well, I guess
fruition. You
I
get me?
guess
Like the
okay,
ones you
okay,
have
okay.
is like, oh, maybe you're in Winnipeg. There's winter right now. You can't really. You get what I mean?
Yes,
Now you have
yes,
to
yes, yes,
compromise
yes,
and
yes.
work with the conditions you
Yeah.
have. You get me? So I was just like, okay, I'll just record anything. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to use any of those softwares. All I
You're
knew,
better than me.
I just know how to carry camera, record, and just do cut and join. You get
Ah.
what I mean? So that's where it all started. Do my little vlogs, day in the life, whatever, whatever. Then I started doing game shows, like you said, like inviting my friends who play games like spelling bees, like asking questions, do
Yeah.
forfeits. Those things are very fun. Then I don't know, I just think it's the person I am. When I'm doing something, I always want to like make sure I'm doing it at the best. You get me?
Yeah.
Like you want to learn. Yeah, exactly.
I'm such a
You
perfectionist.
get what I don't want to call myself perfectionist, but I guess that's what it
Me,
is.
I mean, I've said it multiple times. I would say, and like, it's not something that a perfectionist is not like.
A
You
bad
just,
thing.
it's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
but like, it's just just have to kind of bring yourself down and realize that like, you can actually work with what you have and just
Right. It
because
doesn't always have to be perfect.
yeah, because all these
Really,
people that are big
really.
right now, they did not start with a big camera. They started with something small, right?
And if you
So
review what they're doing, you would also see those mistakes. Like you see
exactly,
it till this day. You
exactly,
understand? So I don't think I ever be perfect.
yeah,
You get me? But like that was what drove me to improve the craft. Like I would watch my videos. Maybe the light is overblown. It's like you're just seeing white. The audio
yeah,
is one kind.
yeah.
I would ask for feedback. I remember my dad was telling me, "Oh, work on the audio, work on the lights, all those things." So I began to learn that there's levels to this video production thing. That it's more
No,
than
not
just
just one.
camera, and you get me.
But don't you like when she getting like frustrated, like
Oh, it's not easy, oh, bro. It was scary too, because
because
you check price.
child,
You see
yo, I'm
camera is
telling
this
you,
bro, it discouraged me
I
so much.
know.
But like again, I just the person I am, I'm like more slow motion is better than no motion. I like I checked my account, okay, this is what I have. Bought my $200 camera. It was the quality was the worst. But at least it's still something. You
Yeah,
get me? I'm still
exactly,
recording,
exactly. You're
I'm
still
still
doing
learning,
something at
setting. You get
least,
me? Like
yeah.
I can't learn without the camera in my hand, without being in the fields. I don't know.
Right,
You get me?
right,
Because
right.
I can't go and sit down and read a book and learn everything you need to know about. That's not how me I learn. I'd rather
That's
learn
true.
in the field. You get me? So when I had the cheap camera, I now knew, okay, these are the things you need to look out for when you're getting a camera. Like, okay, I need something with
Yeah.
good f-stop, blah blah blah, this
Yeah,
that. You
yeah,
get what
yeah.
I mean? And I'm grateful that I went through that, because now it kind of helps me manage my funds, and like not just funds, but like manage priorities, because now I know what I need, what I don't need. You get me? So I kind of, that struggle helped me. But yeah, that's really how it just started. It just kept going up and up and up.
First of all, I just want to say you're brave. Because the fact that like I'm not gonna lie, like a month into this, I'm like okay, I know like I love talking. I know like I love having people. I like soft conversations. But I'm
Yeah.
like the trouble behind it is just like I'm like, how can I keep going? Like my enemies will laugh at me.
No, there's so many reasons, though. I feel like you go find reason to keep pushing, bro.
I guess
You
so.
get me? Like I've told you, I already failed that one dream. You cannot fail another
That's
one.
true.
You
That's
get me?
true.
And then
That's
it's like
true.
also like my beliefs, right? I'm a Christian, so it's like you go to church, you hear like all this, like the word of God, motivation and all that, and it's like I'm lying to myself saying I believe it if I'm not
But you're not
practicing it.
practicing
You
it.
get what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
even at the beginning it was like I was forcing myself to practice. It's like you half believe, let me just try. For many of us growing up, it was just like our structure was school, church,
Yeah.
and then family activities. You
Yeah,
get what I
yeah, yeah,
mean?
exactly,
So
exactly.
we never really always understood the purpose of those things. Most people, if you ask them, they will drop out of school. That very young,
Yeah,
if you get me.
exactly.
They're just going there because maybe some their parents had already told them, oh, you can get a good job, so they've already bust that. Others were just doing it just cause. You get
Just
me?
'cause, yeah.
So when you're now at the stage where you have the freedom to either continue doing those things or not, you begin to ask yourself why. Why were you doing it? And I got to that phase in my life. Like, why am I building my relationship with God? Why am I even trying? You get me?
Yeah, right.
And then I now came to that personal, like, I think that's where everything clicked and changed for me, because I was like, I want to see what my parents see. I want to see what my because I grew up in everybody, bro, uncles, aunties, like they are really heavy.
The whole
this.
fam.
You get me? So I'm like, I really want to see what they see. I want to experience it the way they experience. So I need to know, like, what's the passion, like, what's the drive?
Yeah, where's like,
where's it coming
yeah,
from?
I need, like, you just tap into it.
Because those things you cannot really, I can't explain it to you, and you get me, how to experience it for yourself, So I was like, let me try consciously, try to build a relationship with God, like, just have, like, I don't care what level it is,
Yeah, just have a connection, because, like, especially, like, when you're doing those little prayers and whatever, it's like, you don't, like, it's like, I know it's up there, but you're not able to communicate, so it's just feels like
you're talking to yourself.
Yeah, right.
And really, for a long time, I did feel like that, but, like, it's like, you grow in faith and all that, and the more you study the Word of God, you learn about God. And when they used to say that thing before, I was like, oh my God, they're just saying all this cliche.
Read your Bible, like,
it's
like, but
now I see it, though, because, like, most of my knowledge about my relationship with God and everything is from the Bible. It's not from, some is from my pastor said this. You have that, let's call them higher ups, like that person that you look mentor, example, right?
You look up
like,
to,
okay, I'm not saying this person, I worship this person, but I know, like, there's levels to this. You get me?
that you would listen and like be able to, like, respect what they're saying and actually believe that they're actually preaching what the word of God, what the word of God is. I always have to mess up something.
You talk fast. I think as is. Yeah.
See, I talk really fast, but, like, I mentally try to.
Bro, don't change yourself. I get it. But I'll be in conversations with people. I'm like, bro, just keep quiet. Let them finish their sentence. Because you already understood what they wanted to say. But
it's like it was still. It's just
sometimes your brain just works like that, and you just, like, you can't really do much. The harder you try to stop it, the more
it's just, it's like
you're just beating yourself up. You get me? So just be yourself, bro.
I was like, I was just gonna see.
Yeah, you see how. Bro, just be yourself, man. Yeah.
I just said I was gonna speak slowly, and every time I come on a podcast, oh my Jesus!
Really, just be yourself.
Every time I come on the podcast, I always tell myself, "Oh, I'm going to speak slowly. I'm going to take my time," and I never do.
But you know what I like about our generation? I'm sure if you go on YouTube and check how to slow down your speech, you probably see exercises and all those things.
Yeah, there's a bunch of but they say I should breathe, but
that makes sense though, because when you're speaking, you're not breathing.
Yeah, it's like you're just trying to get the point across. So it's like,
have you ever thought to yourself, like, why though? Like, why do I do that? Because I always ask myself that question, and when you deep dive, you find a root cause to it.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever sat down to think why I speak so fast.
Okay, because for me, right, one, like, speech wise, I speak low a lot, so a lot of people can't really hear me, or I would speak too fast. I speak low because I get shy. Like, if I'm having a conversation with you and I don't know him, I wouldn't want him to hear a conversation. You get what I mean? And like in public spaces, so I reduce your voice. You get me? Then the speaking fast, I think, is just, I blame Nigeria, but I don't think it's really like, you get me? I think, in Nigeria, everything is fast.
That's true. Everything is.
So it contributed to it, but I won't say that's the root cause. You hear me? So just deep dive, take it back, and you'll probably find it within.
Maybe I feel like I always try to, I don't know, get my points across as fast as I can. Like, I don't. And
you
also
forget quick.
No.
Okay, so
I forget, but not as quick as some people forget. But also, I don't know. I like to get things done. So. I actually, you know what? That's gonna be my take-home assignment. I'm gonna go,
like, just stop and just
kind of, like, think, like, why just.
Because it could be more than talking, like, just regular habits, like, oh, maybe you wash your dishes, like, really, you rice, like, really, you get what I mean? Maybe just,
like, I drive really
fast,
I don't know. That's one thing I could think of that I do fast, and
And that's one thing I say I blame Nigeria for, because I noticed we're very like we like
They're very
snappy.
like quick
You
with
get
it.
me?
Yeah.
You get
Sometimes I
me?
gotta like catch
Slow
myself and just
down.
like
Facts.
take a sit back. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so going back to you doing like video production at the level that you're at right now. Um, so you once wanted to be an actor, you're in front of the camera, and then now you're behind the camera. What changed? And what do you like better? Did you like being behind it, or do you like being behind it, or do you prefer being in front of
Okay.
it?
So now I'll answer the latter first.
Okay.
That I prefer being behind or in front. I prefer being behind, because
Really?
you're involved. I think you're more involved in the creation.
In the creative
Yeah.
process,
Being in
yes.
front of the camera, yeah, being in front is just like you're a puppet or a robot or
Yeah.
whatever. And I think my ego is too much
Too-
for that. Like you
But
cannot.
if you're your own, if you're your
It's hard
own?
to produce and act at the same
Yeah,
time,
that's true.
because
That's
you can't
true.
see the camera and
That's
like,
true.
oh,
And it's
stay
gonna be
here.
hard for you to trust somebody
I've tried it so
else
many times.
to
You
do
get me?
the
Do the
production for
production. You
you.
get me? And I think that's another thing, like that trust part. I've heard the trust thing, like not trusting people to do things for you has to do with ego as well. Like it's a thing of
Okay,
pride.
I don't think
Like you
so.
feel like you're too proud to that. Oh,
I
I'm the
don't
only one
think
that can
so.
do it.
I don't think so because I'm kind of the same way. Like I feel like I let people do it, but I don't know if I'm
You
my
feel like you do it
perfectionist
best.
stuff. Yes, I feel like I've told you, this is how you should do something. So like my producer, for example, gets pretty upset with me sometimes because it's like creative whatever is different from mine. But
Yeah, process.
we've
Yeah.
had conversations where it's like, okay, this is what I want. This is
Yeah.
what's. But then I'm like, sometimes I get frustrated because like, okay, why aren't you doing this way? But it's like this way is
Okay.
also nice, which is probably nice as
Yeah.
well. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like
You
my
just want to
idea
go your
is,
way.
but then at the end
Yeah.
of the day, we find a common ground and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it's just
As a producer who works with, like a video producer who works with a lot of clients, like different kinds, maybe fashion, music, it's always like that. Like I think the root cause is that we're all different. Everybody has different
Yeah.
upbringings. Like we've seen
Yeah.
life differently. You get me?
Yeah,
Like you
that's
said, you and
true.
your sister grew up in the same house, but you guys have different levels of faith.
Yeah.
So his own creative process is different from your own. You get me? Like he may be somebody who likes to sort out the audio first before he does any other thing.
Yeah.
You probably like to do color first. It's not
Yeah.
like his way is wrong or your way is. You get what I mean? So it's all about finding that middle ground. So me, whenever I'm producing for or making a video or whatever for someone, what do you like? You get me? Like this is how I do it. A lot of clients are like, "Oh, you're the professional. I trust
Yeah,
you."
just
But I'm
do
like,
it.
"Bro, let's not go there because
Yeah,
it's gonna be back and forth."
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'll
You
give
said
it
it,
to
be
you
like,
now.
oh,
You
switch change this.
exactly. So just from the jump, tell me,
Yeah.
and I'll try and because I can't. No matter how you describe what you're thinking,
Yeah.
draw it, whatever. It should never
Yeah.
match. You get
To
what I
never
mean?
match, yeah.
So I think that's where it starts from. Like you just have to just trust, I guess. Like you said, it yourself. You guys
Trust is
always
hard.
find that middle ground.
Yeah, at the end of the day, but it's like
Takes
sometimes I
time.
just wish that if you have something in my mind and I could just mold it into life,
Bro.
and boom.
Since I was like 7 years old, I want the events that kind of thing, bro. Like that else. I think it will change
For real,
humanity.
it will change the world. Like
Yeah,
imagine, like
yeah.
in my head, I'm like, okay, I know if I do this thing this way, it should also something
Bro.
with like having your content or your whatever like go viral and stuff. Like in my head, I'm thinking if I'm putting this much work and I'm doing all this thing, why is my stuff blowing up?
I feel like that one is just like is a whole nother podcast episode.
For
Me,
real.
my honest opinion from what I've seen, like, and I don't think anybody has the answer. Like people who have pages where they're like, "Oh, I'll help you grow your this thing, give you strategies,
Yeah,
tactics."
those things I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I don't think
man.
they work.
Human beings are funny. Like if you're making music and you're promoting your music, people will see you promoting your music and just keep swiping. But if somehow
Somebody else,
you understand,
or like a
just
big
they were
person.
never even trying to promote it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's that song? What's that? You get what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. That's how all this like
So-
TikTok stuff happens. Like the person, like there's so much music on TikTok that's blown from like
Right.
someone else just like randomly dancing to it or something.
Right. So many things. Even like you see people who try to promote their art, they promote your art since. It's just one person that maybe somebody just saw them. This person, just blow. Like you hear so many different stories. So I don't.
Yeah.
My own advice to people is just keep doing you. Like spinning
Yeah.
to ST, all these pink, all these things. Like don't change it because the world now likes blue. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I want to conform and match with, like, just be yourself
Yeah.
and your tongue will come,
He has a little yeah,
Short film.
short film. Was it The
Thank
Chase?
God the chase.
I
Yeah.
I was stuck to the screen the whole time. I was like,
Thank
because
you.
like it got me thinking like, what's gonna happen? And then
Yeah.
the twist at the end, I was like,
Sorry, I have a question. Was it too long though? Do you feel like it was? Like you got bored after a while? Don't lie.
I don't remember. I watched it.
Okay, then that's
So
good.
no, I watched because I watched it a few weeks ago and I watched it
That's
yesterday,
dope.
and I don't
You
remember
never
it.
felt like when is it going
Yeah,
to okay?
no.
Because
I
I
think
felt it's
also like
long.
rewatching this was even though I kind of knew what was gonna happen was I was just kind of like stuck. I don't think it was too long.
So do you have any like feedback? Like, oh, you could do this or do
Um,
that
man, first of all,
as the
I
audience.
cannot. Oh, okay. As the audience, I was gonna
Yeah.
say as the ex. I'm not a producer or anything, so I cannot tell you what to whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
But
trust your feedback.
wow, 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 wow. Okay. As the audience,
Yeah.
so I watched the movie in the recent times. I don't know. I forgot the name, but in the whole movie, it was just two people, and I watched the whole thing up to the end. So that was the first thing I thought when I saw yours, because only like two
Yeah,
people in
just
the whole
two.
thing.
Yeah.
So and the whole movie, what's this guy's name? Kulne
Oh, it's a Nigerian
Afolayan. It
movie.
was a Nigerian
That's
movie.
dope.
It was on Prime TV, and
Wow.
then I didn't think I was gonna watch it today. I was like, it's just these two people. Well, actually, it was three characters. One
Yeah.
later, but. It was a whole almost 2 hours and it was really good
That's
still.
interesting.
I know. So
Yeah.
that's the first thing I thought about when I saw your video. I was like, huh. It was just two characters when I finished it. Um, honestly, like I would love to see it like progress into like more of a storyline, if anything.
Okay.
Like well, maybe like a preview of um who the so I just something just came into my
Give me
head.
the idea.
So for example,
Yeah.
um the so you have two people. The first person, like the girl was walking, you could just kind of like show like her day, what's going on in her mind in the moment
Okay. Like a
that's happening.
flashback
No, like let's say like what's going on in the head in that
in that
moment, like
moment.
as the person is following her, and
Okay.
then the guy, what's going on in his head. But it's like two different things. Like she's thinking,
Okay.
he's gonna follow her, but
Okay.
he's like, bro, I gotta get shit done. Like I'm in a whole
We may
different
have to
zone.
digress here, but I have a question,
Okay,
right? We're not using dialogue. The goal was like no
right. To do
talking
it, no
because
talking,
I'm not
eh?
about to start learn your script. I'm not paying
Doing those
them. You get
things,
what I
yeah.
mean?
You could
So
also
how
do
do
it
you
like
portray that?
pictorial though. Like
It's very hard. Think
that's true.
about it though.
That's gonna be
Exactly.
hard.
So
That's gonna be
that's
hard.
like
That's
one big issue.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get what I
yeah,
mean? You
yeah,
get what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like it's a
yeah,
very good
yeah,
idea, but
yeah.
how do you? If you can give me your mom, I'm taking this.
I don't.
You get
That's
me?
so another thing for TV production. So and then with your faith as well, is there like any vices like in the world and the scene of TV production right now that you
hundred
feel like
percent, bro.
like? So I have two questions. What you feel that you are definitely not going to entertain in your production slash what you're struggling with, whether you want to do this or not in your production services, and why you're struggling.
Okay, so you're saying like the services I wouldn't render ever.
Yeah.
Okay, for
Yeah.
me, anything that is insulting God, like I deem
Yeah.
blasphemy.
So if someone come and say like they want to do like a demon thing,
I
something
mean, it
like
depends on what you consider demon, because like we're Nigerians, right? So there's this like
even a cat is demonic.
what's the word like if they see like labubu now they'll say labubu na demon. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not
I mean
saying it's not like
that level will look
no, you
you.
get what I mean? Like all those things
Okay,
like you see, you
yeah,
get
yeah,
me, you
yeah,
get
yeah,
me.
yeah.
But like I don't believe I'm not going to see labubu. Hey, Jesus Christ! No, like I believe I have power. Like the Bible literally says that you have dominion and power over all
Over
those
all
things. You
this,
get what I
yeah.
mean? So I'll not see it and start running.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
fair.
first one, right?
That's fair.
So it's like the main question for me is always what's the purpose? Like why are we doing this? Like you cannot tell me it's just imagery and I'm just doing then you don't know what you're
What
doing.
you're
You
doing,
get me?
yeah.
Because
What if
the
it's like
originators knew what they were doing. You get what I
exactly,
mean? So now you
exactly,
just copy
exactly.
rubbish. You get
Yeah.
me? So I need to understand the meaning because I have a lot of clients who don't be like full on atheists and I'm the kind of person I'm not shy about I used to be shy about my beliefs, but I think now you have to, so
Yeah,
that
have to be
you
vocal.
know, okay, this is how I move with this person. People
Yeah.
like the barrier is already set from the jump.
Right,
You get me?
right,
So
right.
I'm very vocal about it, and I have a lot of clients too that are also vocal about how they don't believe and all that. And we still come together to create like this one wanted to do something with the Bible where he was like preaching from the Bible, but like he wasn't really saying what was in, like he wanted to use the Bible exactly.
As a,
you get what I mean? And I told him I just told him my mind, like, because when it happened and he told me the idea, I was like, oh boy. It felt like a crossroad, like the biggest moment of my career. Like it don't happen, you understand? Like that one moment that you were like, oh, when it comes, how do I deal with this?
Yeah.
So I remember I was just looking at that text, thinking like, how do I tell him? Because you don't want to sound like
you don't want to insult them. You don't want
to
push your belief on them. You just want to kind of like
and
say like
video, you want to chase your client away.
Exactly.
Well. But then again, it's like I knew what was. It was always God first in my head, so I knew I had to. But it's how do I do it? So I just told him straight up, like, these are my beliefs. This is why I don't think it's a good idea. He understood. He said, "Oh, that's not what I was trying to portray." Blah blah blah. So most of the time, it's just a conversation.
Just
communication, right? And we had that conversation. It's settled. So it's hard for me to tell you, "Oh, I would never do this," or "I'll never do that," because even in the Bible, we all have our interpretation. So I always like try and consult God, pray about it, and just like don't rush into the decision, like.
So would you ever shoot blue film?
Porn. Would I ever? That's a very good question.
That's it.
You see, wait. You know what I'll do? First things first, I'll go and look at my Bible. Like the Bible says, if you're doing anything, do it to the glory of God. If I'm filming porn, is that to the glory of God? Like, you get me? It's definitely not.
Yeah.
How big is the bag? I'm selling my soul at that point, because my own is like filming does it harm me as the creator? But the thing is, that's a very negative mindset to have.
But it may not harm you worldly, but it may never harm you worldly. It may harm you spiritually. Like, and like when the word of God that just hits you, bro.
You go reap every fruit that every seed that you sow. You reap the fruits that exactly. So if I sow that seed, whatever the fruit
whatever you come, accept it.
You get what I mean? And I feel like there was something I was going to say. If, like, it's just like somebody who sells drugs or somebody who creates poison. The poison is not going to affect them, but they're affecting the people on the streets. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So me saying, "Oh, if I film it, I'm not acting. I'm just filming."
Yeah, I'm just behind the camera.
Selfish, you get me? That's and I think that's what a lot of creators are doing these days with the whole. Like, you see how freaked out the internet is.
It's crazy.
Creators are. Yeah, Cardi B the other day said, "Oh, I'm not your parents. It's not my fault to control what the kids are listening to."
You put it on there.
You put it in the lyrics, and let's be for real. Parents cannot always control what their kids listen to, so we also have a part to play. And that's a whole nother conversation. So my long answer to that is no. I'll think about it. I'm not lying to you. Like, if you of course, it's just. And that's really how it works with me with a lot of these things. It's like having that genuine conversation with me and always try and involve God, because you can always be persuaded by feelings or material things.
Yes, material things, of course. Like, if someone gives you $1 billion to shoot like a 10-minute movie, like you would sit down for a moment and be like, wait, what are my priorities here right now?
Because it's really how it happens. Like, I can talk on and on about it. I think about it a lot. Like, even political scene. Like, I've been blessed to work with governments, but then it's like for good purpose, you get me? But I always think about it, they can come to me with the same contract money and say I should promote their propaganda.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do I do there?
Yeah.
I could say, okay, I'll take the money, I'll just do, nobody will ever knows.
No, it was me. Right.
But now, it will cause war. Children will be dying, all those things. You get what I mean?
Yes.
From this propaganda. So it's
having
like,
a good moral compass, I guess.
Exactly. That's a good question, though.
Guys, tell me you've not loved this conversation. Like, I just want to keep going. Like, I want to keep like
every and any.
I want to keep tapping into your head, man. I want to keep tapping into your head. But one thing I will just give the audience a quick. What if you had one advice for a creative? If someone that's like, okay, I know I have it in me that I want to, take up my phone and do something. Maybe record myself or record somebody else, but like, they're shy or they don't have the whole thing, like, at TikTok you have to have this thing, like, even for me, like, people that do like makeup stuff, like, I want to do makeup content, but I want to have like a good whatever the case might be. What's your one advice to them?
That's a very good question, and I think it's a good opportunity to give me the stage, you understand? I need to rant, because I feel like regardless of the phase or enterprise or genre that you're in, whether you're doing makeup, you're selling food, you're offering services, whatever, even Uber driver, right? Nobody starts at the top. You get me? Like, even if you have all the money, everything, the resources, you're still not at the top. You get what I mean? You may have the tools and all those things, but you're not there. There's still a lot of climbing and learning, and you know, you have to put that time in. So I think that's one thing that you have to accept first of all. You need to be ready for that one. Everybody's story is different, you know, like the progress I've seen so far, I thought it would take me longer to see it. You get what I mean? The progress I've seen in the last year, I thought, you get me, like in the first 2 years maybe it was very slow, then you just, you get what I mean? Like things just, you never know, right? So my advice for you is don't be scared to start first of all, because like I said it earlier, slow motion is better than no motion. You get me? Like
slow motion, no motion.
Bro, clock that.
I'm good for real.
If you're walking, and you're just standing there. Now I'll reach that end before it may take me 200 years, whatever, but I'll still reach there. There's somebody that's just standing. So it's like I'll still give you the same advice I give myself. I said this. God is always like involved in all these things for me. Anything I want to do, commit it. Before I came here, I prayed. Like, you understand? Like, cause I know how faulty I am. I know I'm just human. I know my weakness, and you know, that's where He comes. You know, He's my strength He's the strength in my weakness. You get me?
Right.
So if I sit down here and tell you all these things, like all these things you're seeing is just me, it's my wisdom, it's a lie. No. You know, it's first of all it's from God. The motivation I said, oh, why was I going? Why did I keep going? You know, all the struggles, because of I like, you know, just kept God close to me. Like I said, you go to church, they will teach you about the story of Moses. Teach you about the story of Abraham. All these men before you, there was no internet, there was no AI, and they were still able to face the same adversities and still overcame. Now you have more tools and more help. You know, like, come on, bro. You're in a better covenant with God. Like, bro, come on. You get what I mean? So those things motivate me. And I always notice, right, when I'm away from, like, the presence of God, because they always say the best way to stay away from sin and all that is to be in the presence of God. I never understood. So whenever I was away, right, I'll feel like, will I make it? You know, you see all those struggles. You now be in the presence, then all of a sudden you're just so confident. You get me? So I just started finding ways to be there as much as possible. Morning devotion, you know, anything, bro. Just make it a daily. Then I noticed that, okay, it started affecting my career as well. You know, like I just kept on going. Like the Bible says, "See a man diligent in his work, you see before king and queen." You feel me? So I just kept being diligent in my work. Whether it's rubbish, you get me? I'm doing the rubbish consistently. Just keep going, going. Then your blessings will come. You get what I mean? Like, bam, it will happen. Some people, like, even if you don't believe, this is like just, whether you want to call it love, science, or whatever, you go hit something, keep hitting. One day to break.
Exactly.
You get me? So no matter how hard you're hitting, no matter how slow you're hitting, just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You don't know when, you don't know how. You self, like, I started doing videos, vlogs. I didn't know anything, but it was not in my mindset. It was not your mindset. To come to just production. One day somehow
that's
everything
true,
just, you get what I mean? Nobody has it all figured out. I don't think it's possible. Just keep pushing, just keep God by your side, have faith. And that's really all I can tell you, bro. Like, there's no secrets to any of this.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. P. That doesn't mean anything about it. Just in case. But guys, this has been such a lovely convo. And by the time Jboy is back on here, you already know.
I can't wait.
You already know that he's gonna have a lot of things for us. You already know it's probably already going to be, guys. This is gonna be. I can assure you, in less than a year from now, this guy is going to be booked and busy.
Amen.
Like, before I can get him on here, oh my days, his mind just gonna be like, we gotta for real. But no, I really appreciate you for being on here and just telling us your story.
Thank you for having me.
Being just you know, letting us know what your creative process was. And guys, Jboy TV production is here to stay. If you have any. Well, not anything, Sha. If you shall have things you want to produce and whatever, hit up my boy here. It's got you, okay? All right, folks. I will be seeing you on next week's episode. This season is about to come to an end. But it's been a long season. We have I believe 2 more episodes, and I'll be taking a well-deserved break. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you on next week's episode. Bye.